dear students. St. Joseph's College for Women Autonomous, Vishakhapatnam. Welcome to St. Joseph's Web Open Web-based learning platform. So e-learn for a soulful and enriching e-learning experience. Department of Chemistry presents MOOC. St. Joseph's Massive Open Online Course. Pharmaceutical and Medicinal Chemistry, a modular skill elective course. I am Dr. L. Chinnari, lecturer in chemistry, St. Joseph's College for Women Autonomous, Vishakhapatnam. Pharmaceutical and medicinal chemistry. Module 3 is chemotherapeutic drugs. In the module 3, chapter 3.3 is penicillin, antibiotics, penicillin G. By the end of this chapter, learner would be able to comprehend the structure and classification of penicillin G, summarize the production methods of penicillin G, and enlist the indications and contraindications of penicillin G. Classify antibiotics in general. So these are the contents of this chapter. So we discussed already what are antibiotics. Antibiotics drugs are the synthetic analogs of naturally occurring antibiotic substances. Natural antibiotic substances are metabolic products of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, molds, etc., which are capable of retarding the growth and survival of disease causing microbes even in the low concentration. Synthetic antibiotic drugs can exert bactericidal and bacteriostatic. Bactericidal means bactericidal and bacteriostatic effect on the bacteria. Bactericidal means killing effect. For example, penicillin, aminoglycosides, afloxacin, etc. Bacteriostatic means inhibitory effect. Example, erythromycin, tetracycline, etc. So this is the penicillin, afloxacin, erythromycin. In order to that, classification based on the broad spectrum. Antibiotic drugs which are effective against gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria are called broad-spectrum antibiotics. Chloramphenicol, amoxicillin, ofloxacin, vancomycin, etc. Those that are effective only against gram-positive or gram-negative bacteria are called narrow-spectrum antibiotics. So antibiotics drugs that are effective against a single bacterial species are called limited-spectrum antibiotics. The antibiotic Dicydesrin is toxic towards certain strains of cancer cells also. These are the structures for chloramphenicol and dicydesrin. So this is the antibiotic classification based on the structure. So aminoglycosides, cephalosporins, tetracyclines, penicillin, sulfonamides, fluoroquinolines, macrolides, carbapenems, lincosamides, glycopeptides. So these are the classification of antibiotics based on the structure, chemical structure. So in this chapter, we are discussing about penicillins. Introduction to penicillin. Actually, Ernest Duchesne in 1896 discovered penicillin, but this discovery was not followed up. Accidentally, Alexander Fleming in 1926 discovered the antimicrobial activity of penicillin on a contaminated plate. Antibiotics came into worldwide prominence with the introduction of penicillin in 1941. Since then, they have revolutionized the treatment of bacterial infections in the humans and other animals. They are, however, effective against viruses. He is the Alexander Fleming. Mass production of a new drug use for use in World War II. Penicillin saved many lives during the war that may have been lost due to infected wounds. Penicillin was also said to be treat diphtheria, gangrene, pneumonia, syphilis, and tuberculosis. So, penicillin, first antibiotic to be used clinically, Fleming received Nobel Prize in 1945. So, these are the characteristics of antibiotic drugs. So, it must be effective against a pathogen and it must not produce significant toxic side effects. It should be efficiently stable. So, that it can be isolated and stored in suitable form of dosages which are readily absorbed. The antibiotic should be completely eliminated from the system. soon after the administration has stopped. Structure of penicillin. So this is the structure of penicillin, general structure of penicillin. The basic chemical structure of all penicillin consists of a beta-lactam ring and a thiazolidine ring and a side chain. Side chain means 6-amino-penicillinic acid. The antibacterial activity of penicillin lies within the beta-lactam ring. So this is the classification of penicillin drugs. So penicillin drugs are classified into seven categories. Sorry, six categories. Penicillin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are F, G, X, K and penicillin. So if we substitute the R value means these alkyl values instead of R in the general structure of penicillin in this R. So the penicillin will be classified into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if 1 means penta-2-enyl penicillin, its R value is CH2 CH double bond CH CH2 CH3. So N-amyl penicillin means dihydropenicillin. It is also called 1RF, but it doesn't have the double bond between these two carbons. It's having instead of double bond, it's having dihydrogen. So it's called dihydropenicillin 1. So third one is benzyl penicillin. Penicillin 2 or G. Penicillin G. CH2 C6H5. Parahydroxybenzyl penicillin. Penicillin 3 or X. CH2 C6H5OH. So N-heptyl penicillin. Penicillin 4. Okay. So CH2 CH25 CH3. Phenoxymethyl penicillin. Penicillin 5. So CH2O C6H5. Phenoxymethyl. So this is phenyl and phenoxymethyl penicillin. So these are the classifications of penicillins, different penicillins. So this is the so in this chapter we have to discuss about the penicillin 2 or penicillin G among the all penicillins. So this is the structure of penicillin G. So this is the benzyl penicillin. So if we substitute the benzene and CH2 group instead of R, so this is called benzyl penicillin. This is the molecular formula of C16H18N2O4S. Its molecular weight is 334.4 grams. So the production methods of penicillin. Coming to the production methods of penicillin. Production methods of penicillin are penicillin are having three methods. So first one is surface culture method, the second one is Brand method, third one is submerged culture method. So coming to the surface culture method, it was the first method used for the production of penicillin. In this method, an aqueous solution of molasses adjusted to pH 7 to 8 is used as a medium for the microorganism as the molasses under this condition contains sucrose, mineral salts and nitrogenous material almost ideally suitable for mold growth. In a few days, the growth of microorganism begins, and after 6 to 7 days, the concentration of penicillin reaches up to zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.4 mg per cc. Although this process is simple, it is its high cost of labor restricted. Its use for the commercial production of penicillin. So coming to the second method, it is bran method. The use of bran is an alternative to liquid surface production. Moist bran is a good substance for mold growth and resultant penicillin can be extracted as in liquid production. Or the penicillin containing bran can be used directly. Since bran is a bad conductor of heat, it is difficult to sterilize it owing to the length of time taken for interior to reach the desired temperature. Moreover, the developing mold produce heat which is difficult to dissipate and the partly destroy the penicillin produced. So coming to the third method, it is submerged culture method. In this process, the vinculum is made in large tanks and medium usually contains lactose as sugar source, and corn step liquor adjuvant. The medium is agitated by a steam of sterile air and temperature is maintained at about 24 degrees under these conditions of agitation and accretion, the mole grows throughout the bulk of liquid as globular pellicles consisting mainly of mycelium. So coming to the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. So pharmacokinetics, natural penicillins are destroyed by the gastric juice in the stomach and hence are given by the intramuscular injections. Semi-synthetic penicillins are not destroyed by the gastric juice and hence they are given orally. Since an acid group is present in penicillin, they are absorbed in the stomach and rapidly distributed throughout the body. They are excreted by the kidneys, metabolized into penicillinic acid in the liver and gets excreted. So coming to the pharmacodynamics, gram-positive bacteria contains certain enzymes called transpeptides and carboxypeptides in the cell wall. These enzymes are essential in the cell wall synthesis. Penicillin occupies the active sites of above enzymes and inhibit their activity. So these are the indications. Indications for penicillin G is pneumonia, gonorrhea, syphilis, etc. So coming to the contraindications, severe allergic reaction, mild diarrhea, and Stevens-Johnson syndrome. So coming to the last one, mode of action. Penicillin is a powerful antibiotic that can effectively combat a range of bacterial species, particularly gram-positive bacteria like Streptococcus, Staphylococcus, and Clostridium that have a thick peptidoglycan layer in their cell walls. Penicillin's mechanism of action involves binding to transpeptase peptides and preventing the formation of new peptidoglycan crosslinks, thereby inhibiting bacterial cell wall synthesis and ultimately leading to cell lysis and death. Thank you.